My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Wildfrost. Fletcher, that's the largest amount of damage I've seen on one of you. Oh, I guess Pebblefeet shares it though. Both of you are attacking for 6 damage on a counter of 5. Pebblefeet pledging to restore 3 health to themselves whenever they kill. A has a 3-turn counter for attacking. And deals 4 additional damage to damaged targets. I'm leaning Pebblefoot here, gives me the opportunity to take the Clunk Masters back out, and I do like them. And of course, Pebblefeet, you are Willow the Second. Just have to confirm that a couple of times, and then it'll eventually work. Alright, so with Willow the Second here, there's not going to be a lot of support for like a full restore health on kill, draw when hit kind of build. That said, I still do love Sneasel. But I also really like Spike for the possibility of getting the early combos. And then I eventually end up just taking Spike out of the deck. Let's do it. It's been a while here because I've taken, actually Spike. I always feel like I take Spike way too many times, and I feel like because of that judgment I've given myself, I now never take Spike. Ah, of course, as soon as I take Spike, I get the fight that Spike's worse on. I see. Okay, I can kill them in 4 turns time in a couple of ways. I'm gonna use the Sunsung Box on Willow. Now we're all acting at the same time. I'm gonna use a Snowzuka on the Grouchy on the top line because it's got Fury and I don't want it to be doing as much damage. And then here I have to use a second Gear Hammer. I lose 4 health on Spike, but I do get a 2-time combo. Oof. Winterworm, when hit, reduce your damage by 2. Love it. Definitely don't want to throw a Flask of Ink against you. I'd love to have a target on board that I can afford to, defend myself with Junkhead against, rather. Don't really, though. Yeah, let's just take full control of the board here. Snowzuka on the Goblin, keep you around. Cycle into a Gear Hammer that I've used. Nice. So this will give me the ability to take out the Goblin and the Winterworm at the same time. Never expected to get a ridiculous amount of kills here, unfortunately. Would have been nice if we could, but we can't, so we won't. I could get Snowbow in 2 turns time to attack Spike and possibly die that way. Setup for that would be using a Gear Hammer against Snowbow this round now. And then next turn, I need to be able to deal damage to the Snow Knight, which I can't do. Unfortunately, Snowbow's attacking aimlessly, so the only way to get both of them to attack the same unit was to put both of my units on the same line, but Snowbow attacking aimlessly means that that wasn't guaranteed to work. If I cycled right now, I could set up a Junkhead to block on the top line, giving me a Junk, as well as dealing some damage to that Snowbow. And now in 2 turns time, we just have the win already. I take out Snowbow with a Gear Hammer, and then let Willow take out the Snow Knight on the top line. Did we get a huge amount of money over the course of that fight? No. Was it probably the most I could get without delaying lines and then trying to fight multiple of them at the same time in a way that might end up killing us? Yeah. Go for the treasure on the top line here. Clunk Masters love their treasure. Ooh, and so they should. Mini Muncher, Foggy Brew, Berry Basket, and Haze Balloon. I really like Haze Balloon. When destroyed, so it blocks an attack, and also provides haze to the attacker. Take a charm as well. Pinch charm, gain drawn 2 on kill. I would love to be able to put that on Spike, but let's hold off for a little bit. This Frozen Traveler might show me who's really going to be getting all the kills here. Oh. Yeah. Mini Mika. When hit with junk, gain Frenzy. I think we're early enough that we can try and do that. I've never taken Mini Mika, and again, I've taken both of the other ones. I'm trying to take new units. I'll take Mini Mika. But part of my heart does say, you've taken Mini Mika. Prepare to die. So, I have concern. Ultimately, if this is going to be what I do, I'm going to want Mini Mika to also be able to do extra draw for us to pay off all of the junk that they're going to be consuming. Let's go to the battle. Ooh, Lumen on Bulbhead. Rude. Getting a Junkhead to block the Pop Shroom is pretty good, though. I'm gonna Gear Hammer Snowzook the Bulbhead this turn. Allowing Willow to kill it in a couple turns' time. And then the Pop Shroom is going to destroy itself against Junkhead. I'm going to use a Trash to generate another Trash right now. Because I'm going to need those with Mini Mika on the field later. Now I'm just trying to get multiple Puffballs down at the same time. Cycle here finds Mini Mika, of course. I'm gonna Flask of Ink Strudel so that it doesn't actually manage to inflicts poison here. Does deal a bunch of damage to itself though. Mini Mika is now capable of taking it out and drawing cards for us. A Haze Balloon to control the Shroom Gobbler on the top line, especially after it has Frenzy, seems like a good idea here. Oh, I've got some junk to give Mini Mika Frenzy. There you go. Cycle. That's a lot of junk right there. There's 4 times Frenzy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Takes out the Shroom Gobbler, draws some cards. And now I can give some extra damage to Mini Mika as well. Suddenly this seems pretty potent. Let's freeze the Bulbhead on the top line and see if I can appropriately line this up to be able to get multiple kills. Let's cycle this hand. If I Flask of Ink the Veiled Lady, she doesn't actually do anything here. If I let Willow take the hit on the top line and then respond, Mini Mika will just clear out all the enemy units next turn. Minimiku is already actually kind of overwhelming my estimation of how good they were going to be, so well done. That said, I was in a position to be able to generate junk and play all of that junk quite comfortably and safely in this fight, which might not be the case forever. If I can make Minimika larger by base, or Shade Sculptor. Right now, that's only on the Haze Balloon. It's the only thing that would make sense. It does get us to a woolly snail, though. Haze Balloon's a nice stopper unit. On kill, apply a scrap to a random ally. It says alloy there. I mean... admittedly, I kind of want it. Fizzle, though, does have the ability to apply bomb to units, which will make a unit that does multi-strike but not that much damage still pretty effective. I haven't taken alloy before, but I also haven't taken Minimica before, so... it's just going to be very difficult to support Alloy's health. I'm taking Fizzle. Gotta go to the Shade Sculptor, and here we have to dupe the Haze Balloon. Is it the Haze Balloon? What if it's Junkhead? Blocks 3 hits. Very solid frontliner. Gives me the ability to get enough junk to really help Minimika. The thing is, the junk that I use to play against Minimika then just stays in my deck. I'm not actually recycling that junk. I don't think I need more of it. I'm gonna take the Haze Balloon dupe. Woolly Snail, of course. Got the crown. That goes on Fizzle, and this one goes on Minimika. Sunlight Drum, countdown by 1 in Barrage is just a pretty good card, and I can afford it. Alright, boss. What are you doing here in Finoka? Ooh, Porcupine on the top line is looking particularly threatening right now. I'm gonna put a junk out on the bottom line to block 0 damage, but give me a junk. Play that on Mimika. Mikoko gives us another junk. Thank you muchly. If I play that now on Minimika, I can take out the Porcupine. Or I could even play the Sunsong box to get a similar effect. It's nice to get some extra damage on Minimika. I'm gonna put a Haze Balloon in front of Infinoko. Give them the compulsion to attack their own allies. In 4 turns' time. Cycle, Minimika's already... Actually, Minimika is not already capable of taking a unit out. Give you a Haze Balloon to attack as well, then. Minimika manages to get a kill here, so we get to draw extra cards. Both of those Makokos are pretty threatening. One of them does have Haze, though, is attacking another ally. possibly taking out Infinoko even, which would be a little bit unfortunate, to be frank. Gonna hold Makoko for 4 rounds here. Yep, Infinoko unfortunately is taken out. Comes back without its haze. Ugh. Rude. I think the rudest thing about this is that anyone in the front line is going to be dying here to Makoko. And Infinoko just gets to attack basically immediately as well. Gonna have to start continuing to buff Mini Mika. I'm gonna need to get hard carried through this fight. Thankfully, a Sunlight Drum on our bottom line forces Mini Mika to kill Makoko fast enough there for us. Pop a spike down in the front line in order to block Infinoko and the Snow Gobbler. Good lord, this fight's actually a lot worse than I was hoping. Cycle early. Go for Junk to give Mini Mika another Frenzy. 1, 2, 3, 4. So currently, Infinoko kills Spike. And then Makoko deals 2 damage to Mini Mika, and then Frostinger deals 1 damage as well as a Frost, which hurts. I'm going to Sunsong Box Mini Mika to increase their damage, getting them ready to use the Sunlight Drum next turn to take out Infinoko. And that'll occur before the combat round begins, in doing so preventing Makoko and Porcupine on the enemy team from responding. That was pretty bad. That could have been a lot better. Having the ability to cycle away from a hand that has already played a couple of junk seems pretty good to me. Redraw Bell counter, down. Fizzle and Spike are both damaged. Really? Yeah, because that was such a tough fight, I'm not going to be able to actually buy a crown in the Woolly Snail, which is pretty much nightmare. I've been generating almost no money, and I'm capable of using almost no money. I also really shouldn't go to the Charm Merchant, because if I could afford a Charm, then I won't be able to afford the Lumen Goop when I go to the Woolly Snail. Ooh, the run is dictating a lot of decisions right now that I'm pretty sure are antithetical to winning. Okay. Thanks, Frozen Traveler. Maybe you can replace Spike for us for a while. While active, add equal damage to all junk in your hand. Yay, sure. Let me just damage and murder my own Mini Mika. Foxy doesn't really make sense. I've already got a Mini Mika myself. Nom and Stompy, honestly, is just a big unit with a lot of health. And I need one of them right now. Ooh, the Broken Vase is on sale. That's actually really, really handy. Because it now leaves me with the ability to buy a charm machine or an item. I've got to go for a charm. I need some more potency on Mini Mika. Apply Frost. Honestly, that's more of a fizzle thing, I think. Make the enemy more vulnerable and also less defendable. By Flask of Ink the Shell Witch on the top line, as much as I didn't want to, this will set up the ability to Mini-Mika for a kill. And in doing so, draw 2 cards. Oh man, giving Conker the Haze Balloon is really good, but then it's difficult to get past them in order to take out the Shell Witch. So I'm probably going to use a Junkhead on the top line here first. Still need to get more powerful right now, so I'm gonna cycle. Man. 5 turns time and that Conker would just be able to kill another unit for me if I just gave it a Haze Balloon. It just feels like a lot of time. I'm going to take the opportunity to freeze the Prickle in the back line. I really don't want it gaining a bunch of Thorns, because none of my characters really particularly want to strike anyone that has a bunch of Thorns on. Mini-Mika, I can either give you a Frenzy right now, which will kill Conker. Oh no, that won't kill Conker! Because the Shell Witch will have given... Oh no. Dang, Shell Witch. I'll use a Junk of Mini-Mika of the extra attack this round. The extra shielding finds itself quite potent there. Block the Shell Witch's 4 damage with the Charm, using my Junkhead. And take this opportunity to Sunsong Mika. Great. One more Junk for Mika, who will now start slicing apart enemy units and drawing the whole deck for us. When I say the whole deck, I do mean 2 cards. That's... It was clear I meant 2 cards, right? No? Shell Witch just does 2 damage on the top line by itself right now. I don't really want to see additional block on all units right now, but I also don't really think I have great ways of protecting myself against that. Let's let Mini-Mika take a hit. I could use a Gear Hammer this turn to take out the Shell Witch on the bottom line. I can even use a Sunlight Drum to let Willow attack it. I think I'd prefer Willow have access to their attack next turn. The Conqueror on the top line I can hit a Flask of Ink on, dealing 6 damage, taking you down to 13 health. And then Willow plus the bomb is still not enough to kill that Conker. Hilariously. Sure, I'm just gonna give you a haze balloon, I think, then. There you go, get ready to attack an ally later. Speaking of attacking an ally, I should probably get Bolgo to do the same. Which is currently intending on doing a little bit of work on the field. I'm getting almost no money from my kills. In a way that I am not thrilled about, but is happening. Snowzook the Conqueror on the bottom line. Get Minimika to start working on some other units. Bolgo is going to attack an ally. Handily for me. Unless it attacks the Shell Witch and then Willow tries to attack the Prickle in the backline as a result. I can make this okay if I put the Sunlight Drum on the top line, forcing Willow to attack first, gaining extra HP. There's a solid 2-time kill combo for us. Unfortunately, I have no way this turn to prevent Conquer from dealing maximum damage. And that's going to be enough to kill Fizzle. Well, that's how it goes. Fizzle's going to remain injured. And Minimika takes out Bolgo. If I could get Minimika just like 2 more damage. Ugh. What a trajectory we'd define. I need the Bling Snail Cave on the top line, I think. If I don't have enough money to eventually get crowns, well, game's over much quicker than I wanted it to be. While active, add barrage to all allies in the row when we have Fizzle and Minimika attacking. Yeah, I think that's great. Big Berry. Yeah, that's some extra health. I'm gonna take Big Berry. I'm gonna drop, not Fizzle, Nom and Stompy from this. Fizzle and Minimika are pretty important, but I think getting Big Berry is probably most important. Ugh! Oh, it's the worst possible! There's a Grumble that has smackback on the top line, so if I aimlessly hit it, it just hits me back. There's a Smog on the bottom line with too much HP. Marrow is the one that I need to take out first, and I have the least possible access to damage in my base deck. This is a nightmare. Actually, I wish this were a nightmare. I can use the Flask of Ink. Against some of the worst upcoming effects. Use a Junkhead to get ready for some blocking against Grumble. Freeze Grumble for 2 turns right now. I mean, I have to deal with the fact that Fizzle's going to try and randomly attack pretty soon. I'm gonna drop the Haze Balloon now. So Fizzle's gonna attempt to attack this turn. I could use Fizzle on the bottom line or on the top line. I think I'm gonna do the top line. I Flask of Ink Marrow. No, I Flask of Ink Smog, so that I'm not attacking aimlessly. And then I strike Marrow a bunch of times. Yeah. Honestly, pretty good. Cycle. I love the idea of putting Gacha Pompa out right now, taking 9 damage to the enemies, and then gaining back 3 health on Willow by killing the Goblin in the back line. Ugh. When I say I love the idea of that, what I mean is not that. If I put out Junkhead right now, I might be able to put out a Sunsong... Sorry, a Mini Mika. Start working on that. There goes Marrow, no thorns for you. Give Mini Mika the ability to attack a couple times here. So Aimless is not active this round, so Mini Mika is capable of doing some damage at the absolute least to Smog. If I really wanted to, I could use Gacha Pompa there on the bottom line, but I think that's a great way to just die to the Paw very soon. Oh, which I don't want to do. Sorry. Let me hasten to add. That's not what I want to do. I can put Big Berry on the bottom line in order to do some additional damage to Smog this round. So Fizzle goes 1, 2, 3... deals 3 damage total, and then Big Berry would be capable of killing Smog. Oh, but Mini Mika is going to attack first if I put them on the same line here, which is not what I want to see happen. I also don't want to put the Mini Mika on the top line and trigger the smackback from Grumble twice. Although, admittedly, that wouldn't be the end of the world. I might just have to do that. Pawpaw's also doing some extra damage up there on that top line. I could put Willow on the bottom to help block a hit, as well as to heal back up from Big Berry's kill. Let's do it. I mean, look, I'd love to put Gacha Pompa on board, and I have to. That's pretty much all I have to say on the matter. I theoretically could get back to Snowzuka and keep Gobbling in place, but I don't think I can really afford to do that and also win the match. So, if it's between those two... Hello, Mojo. Attacking for 6 through on the bottom line with Willow right now is pretty good. I have to move it out and then back in order to make sure that it overrides the aimless with Barrage instead. Cycle, Minimika surely could attack faster. Jesus. That's not what we wanted to see. Minimiker on the top line largely intends to currently die. I'm also attacking aimlessly as well. So I could target Grumble, but I could also target Morejaw. Morejaw is probably more devastating. Gonna have to Flask of Ink Morejaw. Yeah, if I triggered Morejaw 2 times there, I was over. It was done. I think I have to sacrifice Fizzle here. So Fizzle attacks in AoE with the Bombard, gets hit back, attacks in AoE with the Bombard, and then there were enough Thorns to kill Big Berry, which I didn't think was going to be the case, but it was. Thorns were always going to be a nightmare for this deck, unfortunately. Countdown on the top line, getting Minimika to attack 4 times here, taking out Morejaw and itself against the Torpor, I think. Yep. Attacked an AoE, got a second kill at least. Minimika, Big Berry, and Fizzle were all injured. I'm just limping from location to location still from the start of this run. Treasure where I must take the Lumen. Oh god. Oh, these are all, I need damage! The Frostbite Shard is just generally really quite good. The Lumen, big... Oh, I'd love it to be an additional thing that you got instead. But anyway. Let's go to the... to the shop where I can find a Molten Dip for some actual damage on my characters. Thank you. That's so important with the characters I have. You have no clue how... Oh my god. Ridiculously over the top important that was. Forging Stove, Destroy card in your hand. Nope. A lot of it's junk. Super Snore. Eventually I do want to get rid of some of the junk, but I want to get... definitely a charm. Possibly a second charm, to be honest. Pomegranate. Gain Barrage. Reduce your damage by 2. Now, the main problem with this is I can already give Barrage to units that need it. What with Gachapompa and all. But Gachapompa does want to be on the other line to Fizzle and Minimika often, sometimes Big Berry. Willow can probably just take the Pomegranate Charm themselves. I'm gonna go for another draw from the Charm Machine. Gain Frenzy and add Aimless. Well, that's really interesting. So that can't go on anything that already has Barrage. I really wish Big Berry was more supportive of their own damage and health. Okay, I'm gonna give them Frenzy and Aimless. Reason being, I think I'm gonna almost always put the Gachapompa behind them in order to give them the ability to attack an entire line. Give Willow the Barrage Charm, similar reason. Just for the unit that's not gonna be on that line. And head to our next boss. Hello, Truffle. Are we good in a Truffle fight? I think I might be really good in a Truffle fight. Hello, Molten Dip. Pretty much the perfect draw. I'm gonna throw some junk on Mini Mika, who's now gonna be capable of taking out the Pop Shroom on the top line before it attacks. Perfect time to do that. Let's get the Junkhead out on the field as well so I can start generating trash in the next hand. Yeah, I'm gonna cycle to play a Gachapompa this turn, I think. Oh man, Fizzle. Is there any way I just let Big Berry take some damage here so that I can Gachapomp in the same line as you? No, I do want Big Berry to attack after Fizzle has had a chance to. Thank you for the junk. Now I'll just ruin your life. So what if on the top line, I gave Mini Mika the ability to attack this round? I'd take out the Puffball and Porcupine and I'd start drawing cards. Willow doesn't need to be on that line in order to do Barrage, so Willow can actually swap down to the bottom. Quite happily, in fact. Mini Mika, get him! Oh, it's so good. I don't know, maybe I just super underestimated Mini Mika. It does seem pretty good, actually. If I could get a Lumen on you so that you get an additional Frenzy every time you get that, or, you know, Lumen on you as well, would be another way to do it. Don't think it's worthwhile now, though. Unfortunately, there goes Junkhead. I don't love that Shroodles gets to attack aimlessly on the bottom line here. I'm not guaranteed to draw into my Sunsong box if I cycle. So I guess I just want to throw a... a Sunlight Drum at the top line. That's pretty tough for Willow, actually. That could be a problem. I'm gonna need Big Berry to get some kills here. Thankfully, neither of the enemies do any damage because Fizzle removed all of theirs. So now they both attack Big Berry, who responds by killing them. That does seem good. Let's give you the ability to do that before the start of the attack phase. There go both truffles. We heal the bottom line. I mean, it is kind of working, though. Everyone's recovered from their injuries. I honestly didn't think I was going to see that screen. Shade Sculpture on the bottom line. The ability to get another copy of a thing. I mean, look, Molten Dip for some extra damage on all of my multi-strike units seems the most appropriate. Difficult to always find the time to play them, but it's definitely going to be worthwhile. Molten Dip. Let's get some junk on Mini Mika for a double strike. Mini Mika is very close to being able to take out the burster on the bottom line. If I use a gear hammer, I can guarantee that they do that, drawing me 2 cards. Fizzle has damage, so I want them to be attacking the crab on the bottom line, definitely. Big Berry could just kill the burster on the top line as well. So do it. Do it, nerd. Prove it. Prove you can do it, nerd. I'm also going to have to Flask of Ink that one. As much as I want to put more damage on Fizzle, if I put a Molten Dip on the bottom line here, I can get Willow to take out the Gobbling, as well as the Crab, getting themselves back to full health. I also need to get a Junkhead out before I cycle, because that's the way that I... Ooh. No. No, I just realized Gachapompa is almost certainly in the next hand, and this gives me the ability to get Mini Mika to possibly kill 2 top liners. Dang. Unfortunately, the burster got some of the shielding. I mean, it was a 50-50 that was going to happen. I have the junk for Mini Mika again, though, so... Can't be too mad about that. Use a Junkhead to block the burster on the top line and pre-develop it for the next turn. There goes the crab on the bottom as well. Hello, Numbskull. See, it's so much easier to fight you when I'm not, you know, duping units consistently and trying to get through the fight that way. This is so much more efficient. Yeah, I just want to give another junk to Mini Mika. Take out that whole top line. 3 units. Draw me 6 cards, please. Oh yes, that is the rest of my deck. I don't need to put too many junk in here if Mini Mika just ends up drawing all the cards out for me. Act a bit faster with more damage, please. Mini Mika's not capable of not killing Burster at the same time unless I don't let them attack. Oh, that's one way to do it. Unless I don't let them attack Numbskull in the backline, because I don't give them barrage. Oh, Big Berry's gonna attack aimlessly. I'm gonna give them the chance to not disappoint me by taking out the Burster here. Recognizing they're almost certainly just gonna take out the Burster. Yeah. That's fine. What, I miss out on 5 as a result of that? Could be worse. Get him, Willow! Okay, so we do have another opportunity for another crown there on the top side. Immediately takes my attention. Tell you what, I have no clue how I'm gonna fare in the final fight. Because I can't replace my units, so I'm just gonna have to put the haze balloons down at exactly the right time, at exactly the right locations. Ooh. Sunglass Chime. When destroyed, trigger all allies. That'll trigger Fizzle attacking in Barrage. Weakening all of the units on the board? Yeah. All of the units in a single line at the absolute least. Demon Heart. Demonize a unit. The problem is if I demonize Big Berry, it dies to almost everything. So it would need a larger amount of base max HP to be able to truly perform resilience. Worth saying, of course, that the extra crown going towards going towards Lumen Vase for the sake of Mini Mika is like a really quick way to try and get it off the ground, but I do need damage as well. I can put it on Fizzle, even. Let's just put the crown on the Lumen Vase for the moment. So Storm Globe would be another ability to possibly freeze one of the backline units that might otherwise get problematic for us. Blaze T, adds Frenzy. I'm definitely taking at least one charm. Probably 3. Remove the charm limit. Is anyone... Yeah, no one's even close. Increase counter by 1 and damage by 3. That's... Oh boy, that's a toughie. 3 damage is a lot, but attacking 1 counter later is also a lot. Willow, maybe? Large attack and a lower speed. And yeah, I think I should probably take the final charm here rather than another Blaze T. Can't afford to attack slower. Boost effects by 5 and gain consume. Oh, when I hover it like this, it kind of shows that Sunlight Drum's the only thing's really worth picking that on. At least the Sunlight Drum will now immediately force a action from Willow. And, you know, Mini Mika, you do look the funniest, so you can have the Chuckle Charm. You're the funniest friend I have. Funniest looking. Oh, got him. I had the Storm Time. Yeah, classic. Hello, Rockhog. I've got to remember you're there, otherwise I will lose to you, Rockhog. Mini Mika getting even more frenzy and drawing even more on kill doesn't actually seem like the best way for me to start out here. Having Fizzle add even more bomb and even more weakening, in fact, to the unit seems much more impactful. Gonna put a Molten Dip on the top line pretty quickly. Then a Junkhead here. Plum will hit that 2 times, giving us enough junk for Mini Mika to, well, start being much more consistent. I'm gonna use a Sunlight Drum on the top line, getting everyone to attack immediately, taking out the Rock Hog. Both of Plum's attacks here go against the Junkhead, or one attack goes against the Junkhead. And then I can rotate the Junkhead up to block the extra 18 from the Frost Guardian. Pop a Junk on Minimica in the meantime, of course. Spike Wall on the bottom line is going to be a problem in a hot second here. I'm going to quickly cycle so that I don't end up accidentally murdering myself here. I think I actually put Minimica on the bottom line. I'm going to Flask of Ink the Spike Wall so that it doesn't have its smackback effect. And then a Junkhead on the bottom line will be capable of protecting until Fizzle, but Fizzle gets to respond by themselves, that's fine. And I'm going to put a Molten Dip on the bottom line to make sure Fizzle actually has damage to respond with. 1, 2, 3, and then Big Berry unfortunately doesn't kill any units there. Not healing us. Frost Guardian on the top line attacks pretty soon. I'd like not to have that happen, but I don't know what too much I can do about that right now. I'm use a Gear Hammer to take out the Ice Forge so that I still have damage on my own bottom line. So I could cycle here looking for a Haze Balloon, Sunglass Chime, Haze Balloon, or Gachapompa, worst case scenario. Snowzuka, worst case scenario? That would work, that would work, that would work, that would work, that would work. So 5 of the 7 bottom cards are all ones that I really wanted. Alas. I'm gonna let Fizzle take the death here. Frost Guardian taking out Fizzle then gives me the ability to give Minimica more damage on the bottom line with the Sun Song. Get us a couple card draws. I think we could definitely win without Fizzle. I mean, they're good, but they don't seem essential. Single Gear Hammer to take out the Grink on the bottom line, preventing it from activating a Mega Mimic later. If I let Minimica hit 2 times on the bottom line and then Big Berry kills, I'd be able to get a little bit of health, but that doesn't seem like particularly helpful health. I could, however, just give Minimica the ability to kill by themselves by giving them a single junk. Draw some cards. Pop a single Haze Balloon on the top line, as long as I use a Gear Hammer to take out the Mega Mimic. I don't really have to worry about any retribution. Now I'm gonna start actually buffing Mini Mika ridiculously. You gain 2 Frenzy when I play that. And another 2 Frenzy. And you draw 4 on kill now. Frost Guardian's not going to be capable of attacking. They're going to try, but they're going to fizzle. Then Mini Mika is going to kill them in 2 hits. If I put the Gacha Pompa behind you, Mini Mika will then try and continue taking out units. Hopefully there's not an Uber Bear here. Ah, there is, but thankfully it's on the other line, so I don't attack it. Use a Sunsong Box on Willow, forcing them to attack in Barrage this turn, killing all of the units on the bottom line instantly. Yeah, let's use a Sunglass Chime to finish you off, buddy. Got him! It's a really good fight! Now, what do we do in the final fight? I just don't think I have as much time to set up there. Let's see. So it's 2 rounds until we get attacked for the first time. Fizzle's not going to be able to stand out front. So thinking of our unit placements, right? Gacha Pompa eventually needs to come out on the board, but I can't focus on it immediately at the start, as much as I would like to. So Big Berry and Willow probably lead their individual lines. Fizzle and Mini Mecha stand behind Big Berry on the line that doesn't have Barrage? Which means Willow's standing on the aimless line. That's a toughie. Getting the Sunglass Chime out sooner rather than later is really impactful as well, but only if Fizzle's attacking an AoE. Lumen Vase for Fizzle to allow them to be able to nullify a unit 4 rounds in. Nullifying a unit's pretty good. Fizzle would do 6 Frost, in fact, to the entire top line before the Barrage unit, or to the Barrage line before the Barrage unit attacks, saving herself. Which means Gacha Pompa needs to come out early, and so does Mini Mika, and so does Lumen Vase. God, so many of these cards need to be played basically immediately. I can't focus on Molten Dip early as much as I would love to. I think this is still the setup that I use. So Willow sets up on bottom, and Big Berry, Fizzle, and Mini Mika set up on top. Flask of Ink would give us our movability back. Haze Balloon's a pretty good setup, but I don't want the Frost Junker to kill it. How long can I really afford to spend on this hand? Because the next hand is the one that has the Molten Dips, the Gacha Pompa, and the Sunglass Chime. I'm almost certain I can't actually spend any time on that hand. As much as I would have loved to. I think I actually need to move Minimika offline using the Gacha Pompa. In order to give Fizzle the ability to attack aimlessly up on that top line. And I'm also going to need to use Molten Dip, and I'm also going to need to, on the turn that Frost Bomber's attacking, Snowzook them. So those are all three things that I'm doing. One thing I do before that should be Molten Dipping that line. Freeze the Frost Bomber. Now they're also weak on the top line, they can't actually defend effectively against us. If I put a Sunglass Chime on the bottom line... I think that's right. That'll allow everyone to attack again, giving me the ability to start devastating that top line. I cycle here because more things save me in the next possible hand than in this one. Yeah, so one thing that saves me right now would be just Snowzooking the Frost Junker. I could also take the 1 in 3 by putting the Haze Balloon down on the bottom line and letting Frost Lancer just attack. But if I Snowzooka the Frost Lancer, I can prevent Willow from definitely dying this round. The only problem is then I have to deal with the Frost Lancer next round, so it doesn't really forestall anything that much. I honestly think I have to go with the Haze Balloon play. So, in terms of things that could have saved me, there was drawing into the Snowzooka to freeze the Frost Lancer to buy myself a turn. There was drawing into Sunlight Drum. Sunlight Drum especially would have been the best one. So Sunlight Drum played on the top line would force my units to attack first. Big Berry kills Frost Crusher immediately, then attacks for barrage on the bottom line, and then Fizzle follows up by attacking for barrage on the bottom line as well, killing Frost Lancer. Or rather, killing all of Frost Lancer's damage. Yeah, I had to take the risk. 1 in 3. Yeah, I closed my eyes, I lost the game. Yep. Every time. It feels like it's always the absolute worst possible unit. Every time. Dang. The fact that Willow lost health early because they were at the front meant that then they were vulnerable to the Frost Lancer after the fact, which... if only that weren't the case. I still think that was a pretty good last fight, save the fact that we didn't manage to draw the Sunlight Drum when we needed it, and we also didn't manage to dodge the hit from the Aimless. Let's head back to town. I'm honestly quite pleased with that fight, even if it happened to lose. And, ultimately, with the run. And hell, Hell, I'm even happy with the episode. Top left is a series playlist, which I'm also happy with. For all of my content on the game, past, present, and future, YouTube recommendation is down below. For all of the content that YouTube recommends to you and stream faster than the names of the people, so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/Rhapsody plays out of the thank you, and a special thanks this episode to Willow. Hopefully you'll be enjoying yourselves. Hopefully see you next time.